So, good morning to all of you. Before we begin this program, may I invite our distinguished special guest, Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi sir, Director of this institute, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastav sir, and our Chief Scientist of this institute, Dr. P. Ashokan sir, to kindly be seated on the dais. May I also request you all to kindly put your phones in silent mode, please. Thank you. Respected Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi sir, Director, National Institute of Technical Teacher Training and Research, NITTR Bhopal, and also our special guest for this event today. Respected Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastav sir, Director, CSIR Advanced Materials and Processes Research Institute, CSIR-AMPRI, and also Director with additional charge, CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory, NML Jamshedpur. Dr. P. Ashokan sir, Chief Scientist and Head, CSIR-AMPRI Bhopal. Our distinguished guest from NITTR, Professor Subrat Roy, Dean Academic and Research. Professor P.K. Purohit, Dean Corporate and International Relations. And Professor Hussain Jiva Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Applied Science. All these guests are also from NITTR. Scientific and Administrative Staff of CSIR-AMPRI. Scientific and Administrative Staff of CSIR-NML, who have joined this event through the online mode. Superannuated staff members, family members, students, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you and a very, very happy and prosperous new year to you and all your family members. Friends, this is a very important and a very significant day that the beginning of the new year is being held with a very important event. So as we embark upon the journey of this new year, we are also going to witness a very important and a significant development, and that is the signing of MoU between the two institutes, NITTR Bhopal and CSIR-AMPRI Bhopal. Before we move ahead in this program, it's time for a floral welcome of the guests on the dais. May I first of all request my director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastav sir, to kindly welcome our special guest, Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi sir, Director, NITTR, with a bouquet. I would now request Dr. P. Ashokan sir, Chief Scientist, CSIR-AMPRI, to kindly welcome our Director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastav sir, with a bouquet. May I now request Shri R.S. Ahirwar sir, Chief Scientist of this institute, to kindly welcome Professor Subrat Roy, Dean Academic and Research, with a bouquet. I now request my colleague, Dr. Manish Mudgal, Chief Scientist, CSIR-AMPRI, to please welcome Professor P.K. Purohit, Dean Corporate and International Relation, with a bouquet. May I now invite my colleague, Dr. J.P. Shukla, Senior Principal Scientist, to please welcome Professor Hussain Jiva Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Applied Sciences, with a bouquet. Thank you very much to all of you. I would now invite our director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, sir, to kindly address us on this occasion of New Year.
गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार, सुप्रभात। आप सभी लोगों को नए वर्ष की बहुत बहुत बधाई। Many congratulations for this Happy New Year 2023. And it's a very important day also because, as I remember, after COVID, this is first time we are celebrating New Year in the auditorium with almost no mask. But this program is also on YouTube because many of our colleagues, friends, and their family members could not attend physically. And also this program, I will disclose that it is going to be spread in at least in 4 institutions. So it's a sign of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. There are 4 institutions sitting in this auditorium today, online or offline, starting with CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory, Jamshedpur, School of Planning and Architecture, Bhopal, National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, Bhopal, and Advanced Materials and Process Research Institute, Bhopal. So 4 institutions at a time celebrating year 2023 in the auditorium of CSIR-AMPRI Bhopal. So thanks to all of you for joining for this very important occasion. We have very eminent scientists, academician, and we are fortunate all for that Professor C.C. Tripathi ji is with us. He is director of National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, Bhopal, and also director of School of Planning and Architecture. We have very distinguished people on the dais, our own colleagues, Dr. Ashokan, Dr. Muhammad Akram Khan. And off the dais, we have very distinguished people, again from different institutions. We have our own staff, their family members, and I think 10 times more number of people watching this program live. And there were some phone calls that program is getting delayed. So the people who are watching on live, online, they were more anxious to see what is happening in the auditorium of CSIR-AMPRI Bhopal. As we said, as I say that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this word recently our Honorable Prime Minister and President of CSIR, Shri Narendra Modi ji, said in pertaining to G20. G20 summit, which we are now presidency of that for the year 2023, where he says one earth, one family, one future. And I think again it symbolizes when 4 institutions are there in one auditorium. So somewhere we are following that path. Our Prime Minister also said after 75 years of completion of the independence, Atmanirbhar Bharat, in the month of May 2020, on one occasion when COVID was going on, and he said, "ये समय आ गया है जब हमें आत्मनिर्भर बनने की जरूरत है." And it's not a very, new concept or new slogan. Even our Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi ji also said that self-reliance is the key to the success. And that is true also. When you are in emergency or urgency, then only in and around things can support you, can give you first aid. Even if you have very good friends, relatives, which are quite apart, even if they want, they cannot come immediately. Things cannot come to your door when you are really in need because it takes time. So आत्मनिर्भरता जो शुरू होती है वो इंडिविजुअल से शुरू होती है. एक इंडिविजुअल को भी अपने लेवल पे आत्मनिर्भर बनने की जरूरत है. देन इट गोज टू सोसाइटी, इट गोज टू सिटी, इट गोज टू स्टेट एंड देन कंट्री एंड देन globally also. One has the global self-reliant is very important. We know that disaster of COVID, because even if we were technologically so equipped, but even developed countries were suffering as any other country, developing or uh, even below economic countries. So condition was same. So we have to be very vigilant, we have to be very careful, and we have to be always on toes to make ourselves self-sufficient. And when our Honorable Prime Minister said Atmanirbhar Bharat, he said 5 pillars are very important: economy, infrastructure, demography, demand, and system. And when you say economy, seeing the speed of our country's growth, he clearly said that incremental growth will not work. We need to have quantum jump. And the target is not very huge. Still, he made this comment. Target is only 5 trillion US dollar economy. It's not a very huge target if you compare with the some of developed countries. So that is where science and technology has to play a very important role. Then infrastructure, we need modern infrastructure. Otherwise, it's very difficult to survive or cope with the speed of the global changes. So modern infrastructure, when we say, then modern roads, modern internet, and all those things are there. I remember about 5 years before, when I just became director and I was called for some interviews, selection interviews in NML Jamshedpur. That time I was not Jamshedpur NML director. Roads were so bad that after reaching Jamshedpur, I was thinking that I will never come to Jamshedpur again. But recently when I went, about 6 months before, maybe even 4 months before, roads are so good that within 2.5 hours from Ranchi to Jamshedpur, I could reach. So I just asked casually when some city was there to driver, कि अभी कितना time और लगेगा? कहता सर पहुंच गए. So that is the situation. So self-reliance is very important. That is where this infrastructure, what our Honorable Prime Minister said, we need to develop and we need to maintain also. It should not happen you make an auditorium and after 1 year it starts leaking. So that is also important. Then he said demography. We all know vibrant demography we have from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and other direction. Technology driven system is important. Demand definitely. When you have such a huge population, you have different kind of demand. So how to fulfill that? Demand and supply, that is important. How we can do that? It's very important to understand the slogans, but how to implement that? It's a technology driven system. Today's system is a technology driven system. So Satyapati, when he started, he just gave a call to me, I have started from my institute. Unless you have mobile cell system, you cannot do that. And your mobile cell system should work also. So technology and its maintenance, both are important. His cell phone should work, my cell phone should work, then only we can talk to each other. Okay. So around your Wi-Fi should work. So we have to, as a scientist, we have to give very deep thought about that. And for that, I think the academicians, scientists, students, they have to play a very important role. As Prime Minister said, one earth, one family, one future. I personally feel that in any family, maybe extended family, we should have at least one teacher, one scientist, one student as a composition of the family. If that happens, probably many things we can incorporate in our day-to-day life. Student always they are vibrating and they are ready to adopt new technologies. And then if we have one teacher in the family, always आपको ज्ञान की प्राप्ति होगी. और वैज्ञानिक है तो एक वैज्ञानिक सोच रहेगी घर में. So maybe future generation can think about these things. Then again coming to Atmanirbhar Bharat, we see how to become that. We have to cope with the industrialization. Our industries are very important. And when I say industries, Indian industries are very important. How long we will depend on the foreign industries? If any crisis comes, if they are not in benefit mode, they will pack up the things and go back. But if it is Indian industry, they will continue because they are part of this country. And then they have two options. First is if they go back, where they will go back? Because that is their hometown. Country is their hometown. So they will remain here. Second thing, they have feeling for the country. And if any thing gets generated, it will remain in the country. Sometimes we say, science technology से industry को फायदा होता है और they are in benefit mode. But after all, money is in the country. In every family, there must be one member who is in private sector, somebody is in government sector and all those things. So it's all one family. So industrialization is very important. And now when you say industrialization, what is the measurement bar for that? Measurement bar is starts from industry 1.0 to industry 4.0 and industry 5.0. Industry 1.0 started in Europe with the mechanical systems, steam engine and so on in late 18th century. And then things came to our country. Now from industry 1.0, then electrical systems came in industry 2.0, then electronics in industry 3.0, and then industry 4.0 totally captured the computers and artificial intelligence and so on. And today, industry 5.0 people are talking. इसका मतलब क्या है कि हमें इन सब चीजों के साथ कोप करना पड़ेगा. If we have this, for example, if we have this auditorium, which we think that it is well equipped, it may not be. You can have 10 times better auditorium. So we have to think about that. It's not that you build something and then you think that in 50 years now you are free. It's not like that day to day. So industry 5.0, industry 4.0, where we talk about the artificial intelligence, IoT, 3D printing and all those things, we have to cope. And that can be done only when the students, faculties and scientists of the country are synchronized and they work very closely. I feel the faculties, scientists and students, they are the building blocks of any country. इनके बिना कुछ नहीं है. And science and technology is the growth engine of the country. You don't have science and technology. You see the example, global example also. You see, without science and technology, you cannot grow. So that is the growth engine of the country. So say, at least the people who are listening this and who are sitting here, I feel we we are very responsible people of this country, national level and international level. So we have to work in that way. We have to synchronize our things. And one example I can tell you what we have done in this direction is recently we signed MoU with the School of Planning and Architecture. Thank to Professor Tripathi ji. And second MoU, we are now today signing with National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research. The only reason is to work in a synchronization. Otherwise, we are doing something, other institution is doing something, and unless we gel together, we cannot come up with a technology which is useful and which is marketable. Recently, there was a foundation day in National Metallurgical Laboratory, Jamshedpur. I tell you example. On foundation day, on that same platform, we signed 7 MOUs. 2 MOUs with IITs, IIT Patna and IIT ISM Dhanbad, and 5 MOUs with industries, the Tata Group, Vedanta Group, and so on. Reason very simple that let us work together. Those days have gone जो हम कहें कि नहीं ये हमारा है ये तुम्हारा है हम तुम्हें नहीं बताएंगे तुम हमें नहीं बताओगे फिर उससे कोई फायदा होने वाला नहीं है. Whatever knowledge we have, whatever expertise we have, in a proper protocol, we have to share and share to the extent that it goes to the society. Otherwise, it's very difficult to grow up. And as I said, we are responsible for the growth of the country. So we have to own that responsibility. Even if you look at the global problems like economic instability, health, climate change, all these problems are related where scientists can contribute, your students can contribute. If you look at, if once you, when you have time, you visit even AMPRI, you will see there are so many things which we are doing, which is related to society directly, like waste to value added materials. The utilization of bamboo as bamboo composite. When you have bamboo composite, you stop cutting tree. And bamboo is a grass. It is ready in 3 to 4 years. You can cut it. Teak wood. It takes about 30 to 40 years to grow. So this deforestation, you can stop that by utilizing alternate materials. Cement-free concrete, which we are working. You may not aware, all of you may not aware, but definitely a majority knows that when you produce a cement, 1 ton CO2 cement production also produces 1 ton CO2. And we talk about carbon capture. So we need to have alternate material which can replace cement. And AMPRI is working on that. Similarly, if I see NML, National Metallurgical Laboratory, there are so many new concepts, new things are coming up. Lithium extraction, rare earth, which is very important for the country. Otherwise, we are importing. And output is, this is probably the first time NML received the Tata Innovista Award. Student received ACTA Student Award, Global International Award. AMPRI first time in history received CSIR Young Scientist Award. And first time in history received National Research Development Corporation Award. That is only because these labs are working day and night. Scientists are working, support staff is working. And I tell you, we have to work within a set of rules. And who controls, who governs those rules? They are also working with us in day to day in a very highly synchronized way. Admin, purchase, finance, civil. It's not that only you go to your lab and do some research and then you say that no, only I am working. It's not like that. So entire system, ecosystem is so friendly and is synchronized that it's everybody's contribution which leads to a useful, marketable output. And that is very, very important. When we divide science or R&D, we say fundamental research, applied research, and technology, or high-end science, applied research, and technology. I say hat. Under hat, we have this. Now, but who will do that? We all responsible for that. And again, I say academic institutions and R&D labs have to work together. So we are going to sign MoU today with NITTR, Bhopal. G20, we have to think how to contribute in that and how to gel with the sustainable development goals, which is also part of G20 and otherwise also. 17 goals are there, no poverty and women empowerment and no hunger and other 17 goals wherever we are matching and how many numbers we can match, how to contribute that in that direction. And G20, you know that it started in 1999 sometime with G9. What is G here? Group. Group of 9. And that time it started with the finance things only. Finance ministers. And now there are G20, 19 countries plus European countries. And all big countries are the part of that. And we are fortunate that under our Prime Minister's leadership now, this program this year, it is with us. And it started from 1st January 2022 itself. And there is a part S20 in that. That is Science 20. So we have to see what kind of contribution we can make and how we can work together, how we can do something which is useful for the country. At same time, we have to keep eye on fundamental research also. Without fundamental research, we cannot grow. Our Prime Minister again said कि आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव से अब आज़ादी का अमृत काल में हैं हम, which is next 25 years. So sometimes when our leaders, visionaries say something, we think, अच्छा ठीक है बोल दिया होगा. But it has got a meaning. If you look at the history of IITs or DAE or ISRO or CSIR, they were all built before 1950s or 60s. See the vision that time. Still, there is no alternate of these organizations. And what was the situation of funding, economy? Country was poor. But at same time, our visionaries, they thought about CSIR even before independence. IITs, world-known organizations we have, ISRO, DAEs. Similar things are coming up now. When we say आजादी का अमृत काल, doesn't mean कि हम every day हम अमृत पीने जा रहे हैं. It means that we have to think for next 25 years. When country is going to complete 100 years, what we are going to give to this country. So we have to plan in that way. And all these positions like directors or chief scientist or administrative officer, these are the positions. लोग आते जाते रहेंगे. That doesn't matter. But whenever we are there, we have to contribute. We have to give our best. So think in that way that what kind of vision we can have. Can we have 5 years vision, then 10 years vision, then 20 years vision? And after 25 years, we say, this is what we are going to give the country. That is how we are going to make this country best in the world. Can we think about that? I was in NML, they have completed 73 years. I said, this matches very well with the 1947. So after 100 years, what new NML is going to give to the country? You have given enough. But what are the things you are going to add, which we can think that, okay, now this is NML has given after 100 years of completion to the country. Similar way, we SPA, NITTR, AMPRI Bhopal, what we can think, probably we can make a roadmap, think that, okay, in this direction we will move. Keeping in view how the whole world is moving. And in that, two things are very important. One is the development of infrastructure. Infrastructure development is very important. And it's not like in Indian context, in any context. Once John F. Kennedy said, the American roads are good, not because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. So please, I mean, it's not the concern only about India. It's the international concern that your infrastructure has to be very good. When a new person enters, a student enters, first he or she tries to see the infrastructure. आपकी गाड़ी जब अंदर आती है गेट में और सीधे गड्ढे में गिर जाए और फिर उसके बाद आप एक नेचर का पेपर लिए खड़े हो, nobody will feel happy क्योंकि आपकी गाड़ी तो गड्ढे में गिर गई. So infrastructure is very important, and infrastructure not only civil infrastructure also comes your all scientific equipment support system, a healthy atmosphere in the system. And then whatever you are doing, for which you are recruited, for which you are being paid, you have to justify. You have to own your system. Be away from negative people. Be away from negativity. I still remember last uh, uh, that New Year, I think 2019 or 2020, 1st January, when I stood here, I said, be away from negative people. Be away from negativity. अगर आपके बगल में बैठ के कोई आदमी निगेटिव बात कर रहा है तो आप एक सीट छोड़ के बैठ जाओ. बट थिंक अबाउट पॉजिटिव ओनली. कुछ लॉसेस आपकी लाइफ में होंगे ही. प्लीज ट्राई टू एब्जॉर्ब दैट, प्लीज ट्राई टू एक्सेप्ट दैट. अगर लॉसेस नहीं होते तो डिक्शनरी में लॉस का वर्ड ही ना होता. तो थिंक इन दैट वे. कीप मूविंग अहेड. कुछ मिलता है अच्छी बात है, नहीं मिलता उसको भूल जाओ. कुछ मिला तो है ना. So try to own the system. So I think I have talked a lot. And once again, all of you, very happy New Year 2023. आप सभी को नए साल की बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ और आपका समय शुभ हो. ईश्वर से यही कामना कीजिए, भगवान से यही कामना कीजिए कि कोरोना वापस ना आए, फोर्थ वेव इस कंट्री में ना आए. और उसके लिए कहीं ना कहीं हम सभी की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी है कि उसको टेक केयर करें. कोरोना में हमने बहुत फाइट किया और उस समय जो यूनिटी दिखी वो भी एक एग्जाम्पल है, एक मिसाल है. और हमें शायद उससे लर्न करना चाहिए. और आगे बढ़ने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम टीम वर्क करें और एक दूसरे की एक्सपर्टाइज, एक दूसरे की फीलिंग, एज, पोजीशन, इसकी रिस्पेक्ट करें. थैंक यू वेरी मच. नमस्कार. जय हिंद.
So thank you very much, sir, for your New Year address, which was very enlightening also and very encouraging also. And at the same time, You have guided us towards the path of positivity with good vision, good science, and along the many points that you have touched upon, some of them are really very important, and which I think that we all need to understand for the future as well. One teacher, one scientist, one student in every family. This is a very good message that sir has given to all of us. That tells us that there is, there is no end to learning, and there is always a student in us. And if we have a concept of a student, a teacher, and a scientist in a family, you are always surrounded with positivity, with this, you're surrounded with good knowledge, good concepts. Always vibrancy is there in the system, in the mindset also. Then, of course, sir, we are witnessing Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that also you have rightly and emphatically emphasized that what it means and what it means to attain various endeavors in science. Excellent work is being done by CSIR-AMPRI and CSIR-NML that you have touched upon, sir. Lot of awards, MOUs have been coming on the way of both the institutes, which is very commendable. And then, of course, need to have a strong vision. Yes, that is a very good message for the entire scientific community of this country and of this institute in particular. If we have a good vision with us, we can always prosper and progress. And then, of course, as rightly said by sir, that knowledge, the more you share it, the more it grows. So let us keep on sharing the knowledge. It enhances our knowledge as well as it goes to the benefit of the society as well. So once again, sir, let me thank you for addressing us on this occasion of the new year with a very good message, with a very strong and a vibrant message. So I thank my director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, sir, for giving us and enlightening us on this occasion of New Year today. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move ahead as this is the day one of the new year. We stand on 1st January 2023. And, every year has an auspicious beginning. And in science, there can't be anything better if you have a day when you sign an MOU and when you exchange these documents, which are for the betterment of the science. So at the moment, we are witnessing the signing of the MOU between the two institutes, CSIR-AMPRI and NITTR Bhopal. So once the papers are signed, I would request the directors of both the institutes, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava sir and Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi sir, to kindly exchange the documents. I would now request both the directors to kindly exchange the MOU document. A big round of applause, please. So many congratulations to both the institutes and to the faculties and the scientists of both the institutes. We hope that through this MOU, we are going to establish a very strong linkage for fruitful R&D interaction, obviously, which should benefit both the institutes in terms of some good collaborations, good collaborative projects, patents, publications, and of course, some faculty exchange programs also. I would now invite Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi, sir, Director of NITTR Bhopal, to kindly address us.
Thank you, Dr. Khan, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to address the meeting of CSIR-AMPRI Lab and CSIR-NML Jamshedpur at the occasion of signing MoU between the NITTR Bhopal and AMPRI Bhopal. Our Honorable Director, sir, Sri Avnish Kumar Srivastava ji, Professor Dr. Ashokan ji, the Chief Scientist, Akram Khan ji, from NITTR side, Professor Rai, and various scientists from the CSIR-NML Jamshedpur as well AMPRI lab at Bhopal, along with the staff members, the faculty members, the family members of the both research CSIR-NML laboratories and the NITTR family. I will briefly speak about the purpose of signing the MoU, why we are signing this MoU today. I have been working briefly in the CSIR lab, one of the CSIR labs, Siri Pilani, long back from 1986 to 1991. So around 4 or 5 years I was there. Then I switched over to industry in Haryana. And later on in 2007, I switched to academia. Now I'm working in a teachers training institute. So this journey guided me towards that there are a lot of technologies available towards in the CSIR labs. And since we are working in a teachers training institutions, we all understand that our directors are also expressed that we all are supposed to work for the betterment of the society. And there is nothing better investment than investing in the education, as our national education policy says. We all, as a citizen, as a parents, we like to get our wards educated with the best quality of education. And that keeps us motivating that the future of the whole country depends upon the quality of education we impart to our wards, our children. That is where the need of understanding the agreement, you can say, between the institutions where there are a lot of technologies are lying on the tables in the laboratories and not are being utilized for the benefit of society. If you just see a small data that around 25 lakhs students are appearing only in CBSE board for 12th examination every year. If you calculate all together, if you see the yearly population growth, that is somewhere around 2.4 crore. In India, around 2.4 crore children are being getting birth everywhere, every year. And of course, there are some death rate also. But in general, if you see, there are at least more than 1 crore growth everywhere in the country in terms of population. And if you look at the quantum of job requirement in the country, how fast it is going. As of now, it has been a thought, understanding that the providing jobs to the younger generation is the onus of the government system. And but the way the population is growing, the way the infrastructure is also expanding, but at the cost of the sharing of those infrastructure with the populations, the onus of providing responsibility of jobs lie among the people who are more educated like you and we, who have been very fortunate to get among the top 1% of the society. We are very fortunate that we are graduated, we are employed, we are serving in the central government institutions. And therefore, the responsibility to us is much more than what we expect from the government institutions or society in general. That is where there is a requirement to share knowledge. There is a requirement to have the hands holding so that we can come out with the different kind of technologies, which our Prime Minister say that it's a low hanging fruits. We have so many low-hanging fruits in our laboratories. I will give few examples which I have seen with my own experience. I am not having much experience about the AMPRI and NML, but I have a very brief time at Siri Pilani. I have been interactive in CSIO, Chandigarh, and NPL. So few CSIR labs I'm just talking about, and then just take example. In Siri Pilani, we have a technology to seal glass with a metal. Very simple thing. The total luminaries, all the illuminations earlier, now the LEDs has replaced it. But all illumination systems comes out as a result of sealing of glass with the metal and evacuating it, filling with some gases, connecting with the power supply to discharge. And there are only few in the country, like earlier the Philips, Lakshman Sylvania, number like 3-4 companies who were able to produce these luminaries. But these were the very low cost, the lighting system. You just take it another way. The same vacuum technology and glass to metal sealing is used in the X-ray tubes. The X-ray tubes cost around, minimum X-ray tubes cost around 20,000 rupees. Single tube, which has a life of 3 to 4 months only. Almost all X-ray technicians, X-ray pathologists, all hospitals having 2 to 3 X-ray machines starting from dental to head to bone and depending upon the power requirement. This is one example. Similarly, this metal glass seal can be used at numerous places, right? To talk about the microwave tubes, high power gyrotron. Many applications are simple technology of sealing glass with a metal. And of course, with the vacuum filling. Similarly, if you see that there are many optical coatings I have seen with the CSIO Chandigarh, all sort of optical windows, starting from our anti-radiation shield display units, or our mobile phones has a anti-radiation shielding glass. Means the surface of the mobile phone is protected from the waves being emitted from the mobile phone, the electronic devices being in the mobile itself. Many CSIR labs have technology to develop or to coat a anti-RF shielding transparent conducting layers. ITO is one of the most popular technology known worldwide. This technology is also used for making the anti-mist, anti-fog windows in advanced automobile industries, high-end car industries. These are few technologies. If you talk about, there are numerous technologies to work on the metal, glasses, hybrid materials, plating, that includes from silver to gold, titanium, tantalum, tungsten, etc. These are numerous technologies which are available in the laboratories, but they have not been used so far for the welfare of the society. Now with the NEP 2022, the government of India has enabled and come out with a vision that the higher education must have a component of vocational education. And earlier we have been just keeping that vocational education means the education which was connected with the conventional vocation like the carpentry, smith work, or maybe other vocations which has been earlier in practice. But now the way the technology is changing, the whole advancements is taking place all across the world. Now there is a need to realize that vocational educations have a different forms too, and those vocational educations could come from the laboratory like CSIR laboratory like AMPRI, we can come out with the different technology, the materials development technology, maybe the low cost, low weight materials for the space application, including the aerodynamics, the space aircraft itself. We can also, as our director sir said, that we have developed the technology for low cost construction materials. How those low cost construction materials could be transferred in the form of knowledge to our students in the higher education, right? So that they are able to come out, convert this knowledge into form of vocation. The kind of education we have been importing so far is we're totally focused to look for a job, go for appear for test of clerical examination, and some those who are good enough in physics, math, and chemistry, they go for scientific and engineering jobs. But most of the education, our educational products are focusing on the jobs. But the time has come that we cannot provide jobs to crores of people every year. And the only way out is to give them a proper kind of education. The education full with the vocational knowledge, they are able to start their own venture. Even a small enough. The statistics say that the MSME, a very micro, small, medium enterprises, which start a minimum investment of 2 lakhs rupees, it provides employment to minimum 4 to 5 persons. So if we are able to document at least 5 to 10 technologies which are available in our laboratories, make those technologies the part of curriculum through NITTR's programs. We'll be taking those technologies as a curriculum, integrating with the higher education courses at different university level, training our teachers first, and let this knowledge go to the students at secondary stage, so that some of them who are potential enough, who have the significant drive initiative in themselves, they can come out with the vocational industry, they can come out with small startup enterprises. And those enterprises in terms will providing jobs to the major section of society which is in need of the hour. Overall development of society depends upon the earnings, or depend upon the kind of incomes we have in our hands. So this was the basic thought that to come out with the idea to sign MoU with the AMPRI, and that is why we are today here. I really express my sincere thanks to Director Sir Avnish ji for accepting our invitation for signing the MoU. We are planning to design at least 8 to 10 courses this year. So that, and those 10 courses, I know that since you are a scientist, for you it would be very small technical job. You may feel many times that what Professor Tripathi is saying, how come it is going to help in our own venture, own efforts to develop a product, a process. But you believe me, if you are able to create a small document, let's say 20, 30 pages, which can go to the institution, has education institution in country, and maybe 1 or 2% of the students who can adopt those technologies and come out with a product or process, resulting into enterprises, leading to many jobs in the country. For you, it may be a very small job. But I personally feel as an educator that there is a total lack of professional courses, total lack of vocational knowledge, technical knowledge in the educational institutions. It's very pleasure to listen that the higher education, the Ministry of Higher Education has introduced the vocational courses. It was essentially required to introduce the vocational courses in all the programs. Just you think of, let's say somebody working in the documentation cell. Every CSIR have a documentation cell. Even in documentation cell, what kind of vocational courses we can devise for the people who are doing graduation simple with the combination of a history, a language, Hindi and English, maybe 2 languages and a history as a subject, 3 subject graduation course. What kind of vocation we can offer to them? Can you prepare them in preparing the documentation, writing reports, how the best reports can be written and published, how it can be cope up, how knowledge can be written properly so that the whosoever reads is able to understand. So even our documentation cell can create documents for the vocation. Similar to this, there are other divisions also like materials divisions. What kind of, even the radiation protective glasses I have seen in CSIR Calcutta, they have been doing a lot of work in these X-ray protecting lead sealed glasses. All these lead sealed glasses, which are being very oftenly used in all X-ray laboratories, all pathology laboratories are being imported in the country. None of the manufacturers is from Indian background who manufacture the lead sealed glasses for X-rays. Similarly, we can make glasses for other radiations, alpha, beta, and gamma radiations by simply the diffusion technology, doping technology with the materials. We have been doing the high temperature processing, annealing, diffusion, all these processes we have been doing with our practice, all material scientists who have been working on metals and alloys in particular. Can we come out with some technologies, document it properly, and make it in the form of the curriculum? Maybe as a vocational course, 3 credit course, 4 credit course. When I talk about 3 credit course, means around 30 hours or 40 hours courses, lecture courses. This is going to help a lot to our nation, to our people in society, in terms of making a knowledgeable society, in terms of making a society which is more technology prone, which is who understand the technology. We convert the knowledge into economics, into business for the welfare of society. With this thought, I invite all of you to please give your supports to us in our endeavors to come out with the content, courses, teaching modules, so that we are able to integrate it with the higher education courses in the form of vocational courses. I once again express my sincere thanks and wish you all a happy new year. This year may be full of bright future, health, wealth, everything to you. And I thanks our AMPRI scientists, directors in particular, for giving this opportunity to interact with all of you today on the first day of the year 2023. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you have shared enormous knowledge that CSIR has, and it's really very heartening to hear that you have a very good experience of being associated with CSIR as well. So, as you have said, sir, like it's of course very important that lot of technologies are there with the CSIR institutes, and they need to be transformed to the betterment of the society. We also realize that. So it is my privilege to inform you, sir, that now very recently CSIR is going to start with a program which is 1 week, 1 lab. So the whole purpose of this program would be that, all CSIR labs have been asked to make a timetable of a week and showcase all the indigenous and homegrown technologies, what is available with each lab of the CSIR, and to interact with the common public, with the masses, and even invite industry partners for that event to make them aware what we have. Because you have rightly said, sir, there is a gap between the academia, between the R&D, and between the industry. So that has to be bridged. So very soon, sir, we are going to have this concept of 1 week, 1 lab. This would be celebrated across all the CSIR labs now. A few more points to add on, sir, which are very relevant to this MOU, and what you have rightly said is that CSIR also imparts a Jigyasa program. So under CSIR Jigyasa, we interact with a large number of students, mainly from the KVs and the Navodaya Vidyalayas. And sir, they are made to visit CSIR labs we try to answer and encounter their, scientific Jigyasa. They have got a lot of inquisitiveness. So that is again one important platform, sir, where I think that, institute like CSIR-AMPRI and NITTR, with the purpose of giving a quality education and an exposure to the, practical training part. So we have CSIR Jigyasa. Sir, we also have CSIR skill development program. So under skill development program, we invite students who are pursuing their masters and dissertation. They come to the lab, they do the practical work over here and get an exposure to various skill and analytical facilities that we have. So I think, as you rightly said, sir, that the new national education policy has, added vocational education as an integral part into it, which is a very good initiative. So I'm sure that whatever thoughts you have shared with us, the whole purpose of having this MOU is very well taken and is very well understood by the scientific community of CSIR and CSIR-AMPRI in particular, because you said that out of your rich experience that a lot of technologies are there with CD Pilani, when CSIO, Chandigarh, NPL Delhi, which are very advanced technologies, but which need to be, utilized for the welfare of the common masses. So I must thank you, sir, for addressing us on this occasion of the new year with a great focus on the importance of this MOU that we had this that we have done this sharing of the document. So, ladies and gentlemen, because we have just heard Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi, sir, who is our special guest today. So, to make this occasion very memorable one for all of us and to express our gratitude towards Professor Tripathi, sir, may I now request our director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, sir, to kindly present a memento to him. So now, before I invite my colleague, Dr. P. Ashokan, sir, for a vote of thanks, I would request all the faculty members who are here from NITTR, Head PPD, Dr. Sarika, and Head Business Development, to please come on the dais for a group photograph about the MOU exchange document, please. I would request our guests on the dais to kindly share this group photograph with all of us. I invite our COA, Shri Somnath Majumdar ji, also to please come on the dais. Yes, sir, a group photograph for this document. So may I now invite my senior colleague, Dr. P. Ashokan, sir, Chief Scientist, CSIR-AMPRI, to present vote of thanks.
आप सबको नमस्कार. Our esteemed chief guest, as well as a special guest for the very important occasion of the New Year, Professor Chandra Charu Tripathi sir. Our dynamic as well as the softest director in the entire CSIR system, Professor Avanish Kumar Srivastava, and my friend Dr. Akram Khan here, and Professor Rod, Professor Rohit, Professor Usain from NITTR, my all friends from AMPRI Bhopal, AMPRI Parivar, and many invitees, guests, and all participants. And सबसे importantly AMPRI के परिवार family भी आया है आपके साथ आज. In addition to that, we have with us today online हमारा दूसरा परिवार है NML जमशेदपुर से and all CSIR. आप सबको नमस्कार. And I take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy New Year 2023. Practically, or when I say today, we have the a very important occasions. And before going a formal vote of thanks, let me first convey my sincere thanks to my director for giving this opportunity for me to speak on the first day of the year in front of this galaxy. And thank you very much, sir, for being confident on me. And practically today, this vote of thanks may go on three different approaches. One is vote of thanks on behalf of the director, on my behalf, and AMPRI Parivar behalf, to our esteemed chief guest and our special guest and invitees. And secondly, and vote of thanks on behalf of the director and on my behalf to the AMPRI Parivar. So, आपको achievement and your contribution to the institutions. And finally, thirdly, the vote of thanks on behalf of the AMPRI Parivar on my behalf with the participants and delegates and guest behalf, our sincere thanks to our director for his dynamic leadership and taking us to a great height. So to begin with a short time from 3 minutes, I got today for 5 minutes, I can speak, I believe. And first, let me take this opportunity to sincerely thank Professor Chandra Charu and their complete team from National Institute of Technical Teacher Training, as well as the director of the School of Planning and Architecture. When you see here, both of the directors, they are having a double task or triple task. Our director is NML director, AMPRI director, and director for 4M theme. And the Professor Tripathi Saab is director of IITR as well as School of Planning. Even these days with the government expectations and huge responsibility lay on the shoulder. And dealing one lab itself a real challenge. And I do not know, you see both of them, how cool both of them they are. It's not having any, not expressing in fact, how pleasant being here. And really we are fortunate today to have them on this with us, to have their blessing on the occasion of the New Year. Sir, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank you. I know that in respect of your many commitment for the both of the organizations at your place, as well as you have the many family program and your personal professional activities, still you would be able to create your valuable time to be here today for signing this MoU and creating a new opportunity. In fact, CSIR-AMPRI Bhopal has signed many MoU, more than 130 MoU the last few years. But the memorandum of understanding signed today has really is different. It is going to open a new avenues for integrating, nurturing, and converting into cash, converting into money, where he has highlighted about the employment generation, economic creations, and then improving the livelihood of the Indian. So whatever the shortcoming breakup are there, I am sure with the marriage taken place today with the CSIR-AMPRI and NITTR is going to make a major flip for realizing the real benefit of the work what we are doing on the lab to the land. And really it is very interesting to learn a academician, a professional researchers, and then industrialist. When you have the combination of all triple expertise and you are going to connect our research, that is really, we are fortunate here. And you would be able to create your valuable time and knowledge and intellect in understanding our expertise at AMPRI Bhopal and analyzed with your understanding, as you are already exposed on CSIR technologies on many areas in electronics, electrical instrumentation sector, as well as on radio shielding tiles and many areas. I'm sure the technology what already is there in TRL level more than 5 and 6, it has great importance to realize its benefit. And thank you very much, sir. And thanks to our special guest and invitees, the professors and the dean and the administrators from the NITTR. And I know that they are also busy. Normally, the overnight the celebration take place, and this much gathering having here today is really a great occasion. And I'm seeing AMPRI Bhopal. So whatever we have done till date, it is going to have a spark on the line of what our chief guest has given the directives today. And I am seeing that already the areas where he has even personal interest. And Dr. Bhargav is a man and looking for immediate transformation of many things which has potential and opportunities. So with this, I thank sincerely for your valuable time and support and guidance and blessing on this very important occasion of the new year. Now coming to the next thanks, I do not know the thanks normally on behalf of AMPRI Parivar and my behalf to say thanks to the director of AMPRI. Now I can't take ownership for only AMPRI alone. Yes, otherwise NML Jamshedpur scientific community, they are sitting there, they will also ask that, no, he is also our leader and godfather. So the work what he has done, that is apparent on the, it is visible as such. Normally on the new year, all of you may be knowing that when you head of the organization, the director speak on new year occasions. Normally they speak about what is achieved during the last 1 year in this year, 2022. But here today morning, what we are watching, he is not worried what is done already in this year. He is worried about future. What is to be done further? That is the difference between we normal people and the visionary leaders. Actually, the dynamism and the visionary, the meaning of that one, I could be able to feel last, I think, 4 years. Sir, the way in which you are guiding us, you are executing the programs, you are achieving the result in a short period of time and making the AMPRI Bhopal in the India map, particularly in CSIR headquarters, where we were and where we are today. And the work what is done already is proven, well proven. That's why he don't want to tell what is done. Just to see here the ambience of the institute. You all may be watching how it was, the ambience. Like when you enter here, you can have a feel of some Europe or some North America or some developed countries like this. And the guest house, star hotel, the value of the meaning that you can see our guest house, how it has been modified. Maybe I was myself feeling one day I will make a putai karenge karke or more renovation. We can come and stay for 2 days at our guest house. That's what I could able to see there. Then CSIR guest house, I have not seen such the facilities. That's what I think AMPRI Parivar, you can also take one day leave from your home and stay there and see the visionary leader, what he has done. And then infrastructure. Whether it is new and the innovations on advanced research and futuristic studies for the infrastructure and advanced facility of international standard, like facility like graphene, radiation shielding materials, and then the concrete without cement, and then green material, bamboo composite, and many technologies are there. And we are seeing the more importantly, the playground with the walking track, and then the other facilities. Now you are seeing here the 5-star building is coming. 5-star building. So maybe I think Januma, maybe I do not know 4-star, 5-star. So you can imagine the 5-star, the infrastructure which is going to come with the international standard. Practically, I have no words to say in terms of thanks to our director on behalf of you or on my behalf, the way in which the visionary leader with a dynamic approach he has done it. Actually, even his thought is how, whatever the project coming, how to convert the project into technology, into a patent or into a document for use for the society or the environment. And working out to convert the government directives into opportunities. And normally we sometimes get pathetic with a lot of pressure, work pressure. He take it as an opportunity rather than pressures. And he is working out on contributing to the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance India, and achieve Antyodaya philosophy. I think आप सबको मालूम है अंत्योदय philosophy, where the Gandhiji model of realizing benefit to the last person of the poorest of the poor, how he can get benefit out of our R&D and innovations. And then he is having a sustainable approach to contribute to the industry need, MSME need, and entrepreneur or startup creations is putting a foot on that one. And then the futuristic research on many areas, on advanced areas of where there is no country is working on those areas. That areas is working. They are the future of that one. And I need not to spell out all these each and every in minutely. And really, we are honored to have such a outstanding director, and we feel proud to have such a great leaders with us. Let us cheerful. Let us share our happiness and celebrate our accomplishment and achievement on this very important occasion of the New Year 2023. And when we talk about the achievement and progress, I am sure that the scientific community, whether the administration or purchase or general or technical or the project scholars or ACSR or contract staffs, every one of you contribution is very important and significant. Maybe I need not to name some of the things what even Mr. Naktode or Mr. Adinarayan or Mr. Balwand or Anwar, whether it is other advanced technology on radiation shielding on Dr. Manish Mutkel or Dr. J.P. Shukla, either Dr. Sariga or Dr. Akram or Dr. Sadanand Mishra or Dr. Satish. Many are there in the list where they are flagship people. And apologize, I am not spelling out individual names. It is a huge names I got to spell out. And each one of your contribution, dedication, understanding to achieve this level is remarkable. On behalf of the director, on my personal behalf, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank you all for your valuable contribution and support, including all the administration. And when we come to the finally, so I take this opportunity also to sincerely thank our former as well as present DGCSIR, our former directors and HOD of CSIR-AMPRIs and all superannuated scientists and staffs for their support, guidance, encouragement and motivation in reaching this level. Also, this is the occasions we remember our stakeholders, our entrepreneurs, our startups, our collaborators, and funding agencies for their outstanding contribution, support, and guidance. And it is highly regarded, admired, and acknowledged here. And you all may be knowing that we are in correct path. Let us integrate our research strength to realize its benefit for the maximum benefit for the industry, society, and the environment. And we are having a perfect leadership both at AMPRI and at NITTR and SPA, as well as at headquarters, including in our nations. And whatever the directives comes, we are taking it an opportunity. I am sure the MoU signed today, I can see for transforming our technology, creating skill development to the people who are looking forwards for employment, and commercialization of the many technologies which has a short break or challenges to take to the industry and the society. So with this, once again, I wish you a very happy New Year 2020. And once again, I thank you all for your outstanding contributions. And I said that there is no words to say thanks to our dynamic director, and special thanks to the NITTR professors and our chief guest of the today functions. And having a blessing from him is really a very great opportunity for all of us. Thank you very much. And thanks to the all organizers, and we look forward for creating the more opportunity and making the CSIR-AMPRI within the 5 lab in the CSIR system. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
So thank you very much, Ashokan sir, for a very elaborative and a very dedicated vote of thanks. I'm really thankful for that. Ladies and gentlemen, now kindly stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Once again, before we come to the end of this program, I have an important announcement to make. DG CSIR would be addressing all of us tomorrow on the occasion of New Year. So it is requested that entire staff to be assembled here at the same venue auditorium at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So please be here tomorrow morning 10:30 a.m. in the CSIR auditorium. We are going to have the address from DG CSIR tomorrow morning. So with this, we come to the end of this program. Once again, very best wishes to all of you for a very happy and prosperous New Year 2023. I now invite all of you for a cup of tea. Thank you.